I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, interest rates have creeped up just a little bit. How high will they go this year? Where will they be next year? Also, if you have cash to pay cash for a house, is it still better to get a mortgage? It's just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. If you've been threatened by the IRS, you're not helpless. I'm attorney Justin Clark. You have the power to fight wage garnishments and to fight levies on your account. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your life.
This is a special offer from IQ Power Solar.
Stop paying high electric bills with a solar power system from IQ Power Solar. And now it's never been easier. IQ Power Solar can give you immediate electric bill relief right now when you go solar. IQ Power Solar will reimburse you for your very next electric bill. Plus, if you're a first responder, IQ Power Solar will pay your program payment for the rest of the year. Call 407-585-1018 now or visit iqpowersolar.com.
And welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, renter, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, but with my attorney advice throughout the way. Any questions whatsoever during the show, we are standing by to answer them. If you want to start that house hunt this weekend, Dallas Lehman with You Have Mortgages standing by to get you pre-qualified. The phone number is right here. I will leave it on the screen, 407-205-0400. What a day. New Year's Day. It's going to be a great show. But first, the opening statement. Ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. I cannot believe we've been doing this, 3 years together already on the weekends, talking to you about real estate. But this year, I've gotten the same question over and over and over again. Justin, I cannot believe we've been in a pandemic the last year and a half or 2 years almost, yet the market has been absolutely crazy. The market has grown. What's going to happen this year? What's going to happen in year 2022? And then the other question is, I want to sell my house because the value is so high, but where do I live? Those are the two questions of 2022, and we're going to answer those questions by asking real questions. Every weekend here on the show, we bring the top of the top when it comes to people in the real estate market. Today, I'm pleased to welcome back, as always, Vivian Lehman. Vivian, great to see you. How are you?
Thank you.
And for the first time on the show, Karen Arbutine is here. Hello, Karen. How are you? Welcome to the show. It's like Valentine. Did I say it right?
Just like Valentine.
Perfect. All right. I'm always freaked out about it. Well, welcome to the show. We're very happy to have you here. You're a well-known agent up in Seminole County. You work in Orange County too, but I always think of you as Seminole County. What are your thoughts on this last year, this pandemic year? What are your thoughts on the real estate?
Real estate's thriving. I mean, who would ever think it would be one of the strongest sectors, mortgage and real estate? It's my best year ever, and
Wow.
I've been doing this close to 20 years and sold practically 80 homes this year. So we're very fortunate and worked very hard to help clients find homes.
Well, it's great to spend New Year's Day here with you. And the question that we've all been getting is 2021, crazy market, skyrocketing, multiple offers on every listing within minutes. 2022, what do you see happening?
I see a carbon copy of this year. Exactly. Exactly like this year.
Unbelievable. Vivian, who would have thought that, 2 years ago when we were sitting here talking that we would go through what we've been through, and this has happened.
Post-COVID was crazy. I mean, you just didn't know what was going to happen.
What do you see happening in 2022 now?
I think pretty much the same. Carbon copy. I don't think we're going to see the values skyrocket like we did in 2021, but definitely.
And the mortgage rates have, well, they've gone back and forth a little bit, still historically low, which I think has been a huge contributor to why the market has been so good, because even as the values go up or the price of a house goes up, as long as that mortgage rate is still low, we still have an affordable payment for a family. I mean, a family, they're looking at two things, really three. They're looking at how much money do they bring in per month, what it costs to rent, what it costs to own. And on the same house, as we sit here today, it's almost always, despite the prices going up, it's still cheaper to own and pay that mortgage PITI than it is to go rent the same house. Is that still what you're seeing?
It's still the same, absolutely. The rate is incredible right now. And we saw it bump up a little bit, and we thought that was going to keep on going up, but then it went back down, and so.
I'm going to disagree with you both a little bit. I'm are. Here's what I see in 2022. I do think that the prices will start to level out a little bit. I do not think we're going to have the same explosion of 20% like we did in 2021. Do I think it's a great time to buy a house still? Absolutely. My bigger fear than the prices is the interest rates. And hey, look, I was wrong last year. I sat here on this air and fought Dallas Lehman, and I said we'd be at 5% on the interest rates by the end of the year. He was right. I was wrong. I'm not afraid to admit when I was wrong. So maybe I could be. I don't necessarily see another 20% explosion, but I think if you're sitting on the sidelines, especially if you're renting, now is a fantastic time to buy. And what differences have you seen in the market? So if we were sitting here in March of 2021 and you listed a house, we're talking about 15 offers sometimes. If you list a house right now, how many offers are coming in?
It depends on the price point.
Yeah.
If it's $200,000 to $500,000, maybe 5 offers right now.
Okay.
And we're seeing a huge trend where a lot of the buyers are going straight to the listing agent. They feel like they might have a better offer at getting better chances of getting the offer accepted.
Really?
Seeing a lot of that. I would say out of 10 listings, 3 I am double dipping myself.
I think that's fascinating. So what you're telling me is that buyers are thinking maybe, if I can get right to the listing agent, then they're not going to have to share on that commission. Is that kind of what the buyer's getting smart and saying if they go right to the listing agent and avoid having their own agent on the buyer side? Is that what they're doing?
That's what they're doing, and there's a twofold. First, they think the listing agent knows more about the property, which is true because they represent the seller, so they have a lot more in-depth information about it. And second of all, they think that you could lower your commission, or maybe you have an arrangement with the seller that you are going to lower your commission if you represent the buyer as well. And normally there is some types of arrangements with the sellers like that.
We've done a lot of these shows, and I don't think that has ever really come up on the show. What are your thoughts? Should we do that as a buyer, or do you think you should have your own agent?
I think it goes both ways. Honestly, we do have more information as the listing agent, but at the same time, sometimes the buyers like that shield of representation to cover themselves.
Is there exclusivity when I'm working with the buyer's agent? I mean, so if I have a buyer's agent, they're showing me 15 houses. I mean, I should be loyal to them no matter what when I find one that I like, but is there typically any exclusivity? Do I have to have them?
You can have them sign an exclusivity agreement, but most of the time that's not done, and they will go on to another agent.
How many times do you see buyer's agents get screwed on this?
Oh, lots of times.
Really?
Yeah. Do you normally have them sign?
I don't have them sign.
Yeah.
And most of them give you a lot of feedback where they don't want to sign it. All I find is buyers just want houses. They don't care if you're purple, orange, yellow, or the man on the moon. They just want to buy a house from whoever has it for sale. And the quickest way of doing that, they find, is going to the listing agent. That's what I'm seeing in the last 6 months.
I would feel horrible about myself, though, if I was working with an agent as a buyer, and this agent's dragging you around, showing you 20 properties because your offers aren't getting accepted, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go behind their back and buy a place. It doesn't feel right.
No, and it happens more often because now a lot of sellers are doing for sale by owner because they know it's such a hot market. So all of a sudden, the buyer that hasn't been able to find a house for the longest time sees that sign, goes direct to them, and guess what?
Now everyone,
We're out.
now all agents are out on both sides of that deal, huh? What are your thoughts on for sale by owner? Because I've always advocated against them. I think it's very, very challenging for a seller, and I think there are a lot of bad things that can happen to a seller when you do for sale by owner. I really do, and I also don't think you're really maximizing the value of your house when you go for sale by owner as opposed to having an agent. I understand the 6%. You're saving the 6%. That adds up, especially if the house is worth $400,000 or $500,000. But if you hire a good listing agent, in my experiences, they're going to get you maximum value, but also protect you along the way. I know your answer probably is going to sound self-serving because you're a realtor, but I'm not a real estate agent, and I believe it. But what are some of the challenges with for sale by owner?
I think with for sale by owners, you're letting a lot of people in the door that may not be qualified to purchase your home. You don't know who they are. At least you have that extra shield of an agent helping you do that.
I think this is the question of 2021, but I also think it's going to be the question of 2022. And a lot of you have come to me with this very same question. And we're going to ask Karen, we're going to ask Vivian to give us their honest assessment of this. I had no idea my house was worth this much money. I'm ready to sell. I've got some equity. I want to cash in the chips. But where do I live? How do I answer that question?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So before I would ever list somebody's home, I tell them that, do you have a place to go?
Yeah.
Let's have that conversation straight up. And they're like, no, but you could help us find something. And I'm like, well, look, let's not list your house until you have a plan on where to go. So
Right.
that's very, very important. And sometimes they would like to get their equity out of this market and get a great price and then rent
Sure.
for 2 years and decide what they're going to do.
Absolutely. What are you seeing people do? Are they moving into the RV, the beach house? Are they renting? What are they doing?
Actually, yeah, RV, beach
Really?
house renting, all of the above.
Wow. And see, I'm okay with that too. And keep in mind, if you're going to sell your house, take out that equity, you have to live somewhere else. You just have to. So I think if you're a family and really you've been struggling financially during this pandemic, maybe you have had a job loss, maybe it's hard to put food on the table right now. Yet you're sitting on $300,000 in equity. I tell you, I think little Johnny would much rather leave little Johnny's room that he's been in for 6 years, but see his mom and dad happy and not stressed out about money every night. I have no problem with you selling, taking two. Now, we went from having $500 in our bank account where we were stressed out every morning we woke up about if the tires blow out, we can't replace the tires. I would much rather you go rent somewhere for a year or two, sell the place, take that equity. Now we've got $200,000 or $300,000 in our bank account, a nest egg where we're not stressed all the time. You know, life's going to get better for you financially. I don't think it's appropriate to ruin 2-3 years of your lives stressed out as can be when you do have a piggy bank of $200,000 or $300,000 there. I would rather you sell, have some cash on hand. The other thing is if you do have some income, it wouldn't be the worst thing to refinance that house and take a little bit of cash out if we're struggling financially. That's the way I look at it. I have no problem with selling a house, renting for a year or two, and let everything shake out. I have no problem with that. Or stay, or refinance. I think you have a plethora of options. You know, I mean, what are your thoughts when you have these talks with family?
Well, the biggest thing is the amount of equity that they've been able to gain in that home. Next year or the following year, are they going to be able to sell it, you know, and get that much,
Right.
you know, and the rates being still low enough, like you said, if they rent for a year, take a minute. You might get a better deal in a year.
Completely agree. Now, you two brought us some awesome properties to see. I want to see what is out there on the market. Vivian, let me start with you. Okay. And this first one is in Bella Collina. If you don't know Bella Collina, it was a crazy development. They had like helicopters and Tiger Woods when they first started selling these lots. They were selling these lots for like $800,000 at times. I mean, it was a party. But then the crash happened.
The crash happened.
And we were doing short sales on some of these lots for $8,000, $10,000.
Yes.
It was one of the most insane things that I've ever seen in my entire life, Bella Collina. Always had a beautiful golf course, always had a beautiful clubhouse, but the values absolutely plummeted, like they did everywhere, but this neighborhood was especially bad. However, it's beautiful, and it's coming back.
It's amazing. Right now we have, this one specifically is 16202 Veta Drive. It's a 3.5 on the golf course. It actually fronts 2 sides of the golf course, so it's totally private, and then they just have one other spot next to them that's to be built.
Right.
So when you see the pictures, you're going to see some aerials with just amazing. This one is 2,754 square feet. It's all LED square lighting, upgraded cabinets and flooring, all stainless steel appliances. Bella Collina itself, like you said, it's the golf course, it's the clubhouse, which looks like a huge Italian villa.
The clubhouse is ridiculous. It really is.
And then you have tennis courts, spa, restaurants. This one is going for $895.
$895.
And I actually have a contract on it.
Is that right?
Yes. Unfortunately, by the time I came today.
No, that's okay.
We're
And look, if you're interested in it, even though she's saying that there's a contract, sometimes things fall through, and Vivian will be happy to talk to you about this property or maybe other properties she knows about down at Bella Collina. Now Apopka, home of 3 Odd Guys Brewery.
That's right.
Brewing.
So this one is a 2.5 on Cub Lake, which is also a ski lake.
Yeah.
And it's under $500,000. We have it at $495. It's 1,630.
On a lake?
On a lake.
Wow.
1,639 square feet, totally remodeled, 30 feet of lake frontage. It also has stainless steel appliances, granite counters, new flooring, new windows and sliders. It's close to 429 Maitland Boulevard, so you can hop on and off whenever you want.
Beautiful. If you'd like to see any of these properties or other properties that might be on the market, I'll connect you with Vivian right now at 407-205-0400. It's also important to know if you want to start that house hunt, especially in this competitive market, you've got to have a pre-approval letter. You just must. No one's going to show you any house until you have that. Dallas can get it for you today, assuming you qualify. 407-205-0400. Karen, you have a couple of properties here. I know you crushed it this year, but these are some relatively new listings for you. Let's start on Rippling Lane in Winter Park. Tell me about this one.
Rippling Lane, that's Winter Park right off of Lee Road. It's right down the street from the Raven Dodge. That's the mixed-use complex. And all the shops and restaurants by Lee and
I know exactly what you're talking about.
1792.
Right.
So it's right on the corner there. One of the nice things about this house is not only is it totally renovated, but right across the street there is Lake Killarney. So the boat ramp is right there for all the residents in there. So you could put your boat right in there. So it's right across the street from that. So it's pretty nice and very affordable, $635,000 only.
How big is this one?
2,300 square foot. It's a double lot, huge lot, and a corner lot too. So it's really nice.
Beautiful. That's Winter Park address for a pretty decent price, I would say.
Yeah, very, very modest with a pool. So it's move-in ready.
And then also up to Lake Mary, it's 400. Is it Lakeside?
Lakeshore.
Lakeshore.
That's
I'm an
400
idiot.
Lakeshore and Lake Mary. Yeah. Lake Mary's really hot right now. It's the best school system in Seminole County.
Yeah.
So you have all the best elementary, middle, and high schools. So that's a really, really hot button for most people that want to buy. The Lake Mary and the crossings is a really, thriving area. So
Tips. If you'd like to see these properties, by the way, I'll connect you with Karen. 407-205-0400. Excellent job. All right, so it's first day of the year, 2022. Welcome 2022. Tips for buyers to get their offers accepted. Any thoughts?
I would obviously be pre-approved with a professional like Dallas, and I would have a love letter to the seller and explain to the seller why they feel that their offer should be accepted. We just moved here from out of state. We love your home. We could tell you took really good care of it. I would love to raise my family here, or whatever your story is. That will set you apart, I feel.
So you like the love letter idea?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it, and the sellers really fall for it.
What do you think when you see a seller receive this? By love letter, we mean, wow, that room upstairs, I can't wait to have my little Johnny live in that room. I can envision my family in this house. We'll take great care of this house that you've taken such great care of the last 20 years. That's what I mean by love letter, a letter from the buyer, stroking the ego of the seller in a lot of ways. How have you seen sellers react to these?
It doesn't hurt, but in this arena of so many offers that come in, it really boils down to, is it cash? Or how many contingencies are there? When can you close? How easy can you make it for the seller to accept your contract?
Gotcha. Are you seeing a lot of cash offers right now?
Quite a few.
Yeah. What are you seeing?
Yeah, same thing. And a tip to a buyer too, and you were talking about backup contracts. When you look at the history of the homes that are for sale and go under contract, you're going to see that 30 to 40% of them go back on the MLS.
Is that right?
Yes. So don't be afraid to do a backup contract.
Right.
That's my biggest tip today.
Now, do you think that we have a lot of buyers who are desperate to get their offer accepted, where they're just throwing a bunch of stuff against the wall, and that's why we're having a higher increase in people backing out of these contracts?
Absolutely. They're like, yes, I did my best and I got the contract, but I found a better house.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let this one go.
I know. That's definitely happening, no doubt about it. They're just putting an offer in, hoping to get accepted, and then figure out a way to back out if they think they overpaid or don't like something about it.
Yeah.
Are you seeing a lot of offers sight unseen from out of state?
Quite a few.
Really?
Yeah, quite a few. I just closed one in Heathrow and Stonebridge for $850, and they just saw it at closing day.
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
Same thing. I'll go in, I'll do a little FaceTime video, and that does it, honestly.
That'll sell it right there, huh? Excellent job.
Done.
Karen, great to meet you in person. Can you stick around for the Real Estate Roundtable for a minute?
Yeah.
All right, Vivian, always great to see you. And now, without further ado, it's time for your portion of the program. It's time for the Real Estate Roundtable. Every weekend, I answer your questions. Here's what you do. Go to our Facebook page. You have real estate. Type me a question right there, and we might just answer your question next week right here on the TV program. Let's start with John in Sanford. Very far from Stanford. Sanford. Is now a great time to buy an investment property? What do you think? It's a good question, because we're trying to figure out where we're going to live now, but John wants to know if it's a good time to invest.
I think both. If you're going to invest to flip it or to keep it and rent it, absolutely.
Karen, what do you think?
I would say definitely yes. Look at your rate of return and see what's going to yield you, how much money you have to put in going in. But I feel there's a lot of investors still here buying in the market. Gotcha.
Let's go to Tom in Orlando. How expensive is the rental market now in Central Florida? What are you seeing? I know you don't do a lot of rentals, but what are you hearing?
It's up about 28% in Greater Orlando.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen all the apartment buildings going up?
Yeah, everywhere. They put them up in like 6 days, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
Quality work there. I don't know. They're going up fast, are they not?
Yep.
Everywhere. It is unbelievable. Do you think they'll ultimately convert those to condos down the road or something when things change?
That's been the cycle.
Yeah.
It happens every time.
You and I have been around long enough at this point. We've seen it all, I think. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Patricia is in Vero Beach. I'm thinking about moving to Orlando. What is your favorite part of Orlando?
My favorite part, yikes. I think anything off of the I-4 corridor.
Yeah?
Yeah. Keeps its value.
Great answer. Do you have a favorite? If you were moving here from Vero, where would you want to be?
I like North. I like Seminole County.
I do too.
I think it has great schools, resale value, and even in a down market, Seminole County is always really thriving and doing good.
I think I've been in Lake Mary for a long time. I really like it up there. I've spent more time in Windermere lately, though, too. It is nice down there as well. A little bit, maybe even more expensive than Lake Mary, but it's
Garden too, all that area.
I think it depends on your price point and kind of what you like. I think different strokes for different folks, but by all means, call one of these ladies, and they're more than happy to take you on a tour of several different neighborhoods. Crystal in Lake Mary, will the market continue to go up in 2022? We kind of addressed that earlier briefly. We had a little bit of a disagreement. We didn't fight. It was just a disagreement.
No.
What do you see?
I think it's going to increase, but like I said, not 20%.
Yeah.
It's going to be more, economists are saying 7.
And Karen, you're
bullish. So let's see what happens.
You think maybe another 20?
I'm bullish.
Yeah.
I'm bullish. I have more buyers than I have sellers.
Right.
So when you have that, it can only go up in vast numbers.
And when we hear about the national trends in real estate, we do have to keep in mind that Florida is not a typical state. We have beautiful weather. We have a governor that argue. A lot of people would say he's done a great job. He's kept the state open. So there are a lot of people in California and New York and other places that have wanted to come here. So while Florida has always been a place that people have wanted to go, I think that over the last couple of years, it's become exponentially greater when it comes to growth and a population boom. I think, in past years, they would say we had 900 people a day. I think when we really look back on what's going on now, I think it's going to be more than that over the last year. And I think that will continue to increase. Great job, ladies. How was it? You did great. We got to do this again, huh?
Hey, I'm a virgin, so I'm pretty good.
Me
Although
too.
I'm sinking in my chair. I'll be a midget.
Karen, it was wonderful to meet you. Vivian Lehman, excellent job as always.
Thank you.
Any questions? You want to go see some real estate? It's 407-205-0400. Dallas Lehman standing by at that same phone number to get you pre-qualified. Most importantly, thank you for joining me today and every weekend here on You Have Real Estate. I'm attorney Justin Clark. See you next week. Here with my good buddy Carter Burks with Carter Water at a house doing a full house install. Now, we're not in my house, but I do have this system in my house, and I love it. Thank you to Carter Water for what you guys have done for me.
Absolutely.
Not only am I saving money every day, because we're not buying bottled water anymore, Carter, the shower feels totally different now. Why is that?
Well, because you don't have any hardness in your water anymore, Justin. Calcium, magnesium's gone, the chlorine's gone as well. So all you have is good, clean water.
And the cost, I paid $0 up front and literally the cost of a couple of bottles of water per month, and it's amazing. And again, think about all the bottles of water I'm not drinking and my family's not drinking. I mean, we're saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars per month, all while having much better water. Why is the Florida water so bad?
Well, because we come from the Florida aquifer. The aquifer is polluted. It's full of everything we do up here gets down there. Then the city has to hit it with so many chemicals to make it safe to come out to you.
Right. And you know, we have families. I have a family. I feel so much better now that my family's protected from that bad water. I think what people don't understand is when you're bathing, when you're showering in the Florida water, that's also not good for your health.
It's not, because your skin will soak it up. You just don't drink it, you consume it through your body as well.
And what kind of process is that? Is this a several-day deal? You're going to have to uproot the family, or is this fairly simple?
There's no backhoes or bulldozers involved, I guarantee it. Because our patented technology with NASA and the EPA, it provides good, clean water throughout every single faucet in your home. So whether it's here in the kitchen, in the bathroom, you always are protected with good, clean water.
So when you leave this house today, this family is going to be able to turn that on and drink fresh, clean, healthy water. Is that what you're telling me?
That's it right there.
$0 down, payment plans. You're going to pay so little per month. Do yourself a favor. Call my man Carter Burks with Carter Water today. You will absolutely not regret that decision.
Mortgage rates are at historic lows. In my entire career, I have never seen them dip this low. Now may be your best time to own your dream home and stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent, refinance to a lower rate to save money on your monthly mortgage payment, or pay off high-interest credit card and other debt. My name is Dallas Lehman, president of You Have Mortgage. No one knows when rates will begin to climb again, but they will and can go back up quickly. Call me today so we can tailor your historic rate and program. Our premier Under One Roof team is here to provide our very best for you.
This new program offers you a 40-year transferable warranty on the product, their performance, the workmanship, the labor. That is the best warranty that's ever been flirted with in this sector, ever, hands down, right? We're giving you a production guarantee. If we promise it's going to produce something and it produces less, we'll cut you a check for the difference. We're giving you a home value increase guarantee. If we tell you that it's going to increase your home value $23,000 and the appraiser is stuck at 20, we cut you a check for the difference, okay? Trade-in program. In 10 years, if you want a cool new system or you want to add stuff up, you have loyalty credits to where you have 50% of your system. If you spent 40 grand, you have $20,000 to trade in and trade up, okay? If you move, if you sell the house, the credits stay with the homeowner, not the home. So if you don't trade up, you sell the house and you move to a new home, you have those credits to go to a new system on a new home, right? And if you move into a house that's not qualified for solar, you can then get cash back instead of a trade up. So we spent 4 years developing this program. Customer loyalties for add-ons. You want to add a battery later. You want to add a new water heater. You just got a pool. You want to add solar pool heat. You can literally do this with no cost if you're in our customer loyalty program. And most importantly, if you spent $35,000 today and you go through our program, on the 15th year, if you haven't used any credits or anything like that, we will cut you a check for the entire cost of your system.
I can't think of a better time than now to save money, save the environment, and you can do so at 407-205-0400.
Do you want to feature your home for free on our show? My name is Vivian Lehman with You Have Realty, and we've come up with a comprehensive marketing strategy to get your home sold quickly. Whether buying or selling, we have all the resources for your real estate transaction: builder, insurance, title, mortgage, and we might even know Justin Clark. All under one roof. Call us at 407-205-0400.